All right, and we're back with the Tartasm crew setup here. We got your boy Lokir Fellhart, aka Ethernet
Doc-
Explorer, Dr. Beast Bro, on the mic. Let's hear it.
Yo yo, what is up, guys?
All right, all right. Yeah, we got Skarsnik here, Skarsnik, Mr. Samurai Guy, aka we got Mowgli on the desk, sitting on mics, providing refreshments, and today we're gonna run through the Total War Warhammer trailers. Can't get enough of Warhammer. Is that right, Ethan?
Love it. Love it. Yep.
Favorite
I
game?
love watching these. Yeah, probably within my top three,
Top three.
four,
Dang. All right.
maybe four.
We'll have to do a gaming tier list later.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
All right, all
My
right.
list will be small.
Fallout New Vegas. That's a top one, right?
Minecraft.
Minecraft, definitely a top one. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so we got all the trailers here, and we're gonna have Ethan go through. He is a semi Warhammer fan, not the craziest lore expert. I wouldn't call him a lore master, that's for sure. Is that right, Ethan?
Yeah. No. Yeah. 100%. I'm. You know, somewhere in there. I know a little bit about a little bit, but I
He's
don't know it all.
middling. He's a middling lore master. He gets all of his information from me, so we'll see if
Yeah,
we can piece this
journeyman.
together. And we got turn this one off here. We got a tier list set up for the Warhammer 1 trailers, starting with the OGs, and then we'll move on to Warhammer 2 and 3. As long as this gets 100,000 views within the first 24 hours, guys.
Yep.
Drop a like, drop a subscribe, pound that
Yep.
subscribe button.
We're
All right.
shooting for monetization here, so all the likes and subscribes are needed.
100,000 views is what we need. 100,000. And then we're finally monetized. So
Hmm.
we're going to begin here with the Total War Warhammer 1 trailer. Ethan, you tell me how this one goes, okay? Let me know what you
I'm
think.
excited. Yep, it'll be a good refresher.
All right, here we go. Three, two, one. Let me know if this sounds okay.
Almighty Sigma, savior of the Empire, give me strength. For though I've dedicated my life to eradicating it, it feeds, it grows, devouring all. There must be a final answer to halt its advance. But the tide of war seems endless. The brutal, unthinking bloodlust of the greenskins. The twisted ambitions of the undead. Though the brave dwarven kingdoms stand with us. Truly, what hope is there? Against countless horrors that cannot be named, let alone fought by mortal means. And yet all this is nothing before what is to come. It whispers and roars in. The dark it is. Against us it is. It is unstoppable. I am unstoppable. I see it now. The beasts that will devour the world.
right, Ethan. So what do you think of that one? What are we thinking?
Well, it definitely brought back all the memories. Remember
Warhammer
this?
1.
Yeah, this came out when we were in high school, so
Yeah,
this
it did.
was the first Total War game. I never heard of Total War up until this point. I remember, you know, Mr. Samurai guy coming up to me in class, getting all giddy about the horn mug that you could buy in the
Yeah.
special edition package. You
The
know.
useless horn mug and the what else was there? I think there was a USB drive that was shaped like a grindstone or something.
Yeah, I
Absolutely
can't quite
useless.
remember the rest of them,
Yeah,
but
no. Now this trailer is so iconic, and you got that our rules have changed. Wasn't that a dope line?
yeah, yeah, definitely hit him with the one-liner.
And you got so interesting stuff about this one. You have the Light Wizard right here, right? So this guy, Lore of Light Wizard, it's like a reference, a nod to Engrim, Engrim von Horseman. He's a light wizard who joined the colleges of magic. The Empire has 8 colleges of magic that are built throughout Altdorf, the capital of the Empire, and he basically betrays the Empire and he turns to chaos and Zinch, and that's why you got this big Lord of Change behind him. So I can just pull him up
Yep.
here. Yeah, interesting. The beast that will devour the world. It's a freaking giant bird,
Yeah.
pigeon. Yeah, and in the third game, I mean, like these guys aren't even the craziest thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely,
100%.
definitely not the
Um,
craziest thing.
so I do really like this setup. It's a good intro, for people that like me. I've never played or any sort of Total War or been into any of the Warhammer fantasies before. It's a really nice introduction. It's broad amongst all the different races they were trying to introduce: orcs and dwarves, uh, you know, all the above. Obviously, in chaos in its own subtle way. So it's really cool because it attracts a lot of different types of people.
Yeah, and you got I can't even believe we started with 4 races. It's so crazy to think you got Empire, Dwarves, Greenskins, and Vampires. That's wild.
Yep.
And then of course Chaos, but Chaos was nothing as it is today. You had just like basic undivided warriors. No,
Well, it wasn't even playable
well, no,
back
no,
in.
it was that was they had like this big pre-order scandal in the beginning because people were flipping out. They put Chaos as a pre-order bonus, and that would be the later pattern. They would make Norska and then
Oh, right.
Ogres the pre-order bonus, if you remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So people were like freaking out. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you're cutting out the game." And I think in the end, people kind of overreacted to that because Chaos, it wasn't even, it was not fleshed out at all. It was so bare bones.
Yeah.
You got my favorite, the Greenskin. So, where are we putting this one, Ethan? It's an iconic trailer. It's a classic.
Definitely maybe an A tier at least.
We're gonna say A tier for that one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know what to say that was bad about it. Um, it was a good one, nostalgic and overall nice, but I wouldn't say it had that pop,
It
that would
didn't have
make
that
it an
pop
S
on it.
tier.
I would have put it in S tier, but this is your tier list, so we're going A. All right, let's plug in the next one here. What do we got? Let's see. Empire. One of Ethan's least favorite factions.
Mhm.
Does
I
not
don't know.
not a
I'm just
fan.
not a human guy.
Not a human guy. He's a speciesist. Hates his own race.
Speciest. Yeah.
All right, let's load this one up. Let's see what you think.
I am Karl Franz. was born into this world, just like you. A world of unceasing war and endless terrors. But with a nation of men at its heart, a bastion of hope and courage. The Empire. Led by the craven, torn apart by the greedy, weakened and exposed, forever on the defense. But no longer.
Now, we unite to purge the evil that dare confront us. Follow me, and we will banish this darkness. I swear this as your emperor. Ready arms!
All right, so what do we think about this one, Ethan? What first thing that pops in your head?
Well, obviously, Karl Franz looking super badass, walking up through his troops. You know, he's just walking tall and proud. He's got his sweet suit on.
He's got his
You know, it makes the
tux.
humans look pretty cool. You know,
You actually like this one?
yeah, that part where he's walking up through the rows of his men. That was pretty dope. You know, it's a cool little entrance. You're like, it's a boss moment. But nonetheless, you know, he obviously does his little pep talk, gets his boys juiced up, getting ready to fight those smelly greenskins. And
Favorite race.
yep.
Don't be
Nobody
dissing the
cares
green
about those.
boys.
So the green boys start coming down, and then the humans start to show off all their sweet stuff. So this is um, Karl Franz, if I remember correctly, he wasn't in the game starting off, right? This
No, he
this
was.
was. Oh, he was.
Yeah,
Okay.
starting legendary lord. He was him and Balthazar Gelt were the two guys
Balthazar
starting.
Goat was what I was thinking of. Okay, he wasn't. Um, but yeah, they show off these cannons here, and I don't know the name of that artillery unit.
The steam tank you're talking about,
That
or
and those right
the
there.
Hellbuster volley guns?
Yeah, couple of those. You know, looking pretty dope. But obviously, those orcs persevere.
Yeah, you think they actually win in this trailer? Carl Franz dies.
Yeah,
This is the end of him. I mean, he's got a giant. Interesting things I find is like, so when this was first coming out, you have to remember it was a lot of the historical guys were getting into this. So like most of this trailer is just like actual in-game footage. You know what I mean? It's like it feels kind of like just a pepped up battle. You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about? It's not
yeah.
like the newer trailers. The newer trailers are a lot more cinematic than this one was. Like you have this scene right here where
Oh,
um
he's being chewed up like a dog.
yeah, this is the dog scene. No, when Carl comes down here, I really noticed that this is in-game footage at this moment. Do you see how like they run at each other? It just like looks
Yeah.
like this is just like in the game and they just took a picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mhm.
Uh, yeah, and you had this wizard killing a giant with a Common Casador with one spell. It's nuts.
Yeah, I
Not
thought
how
that
it,
was pretty cool.
yeah, not how it works at all in game, but
Right.
yeah, okay. And they're
50%
landing
chance
too.
to miss.
You probably don't even remember this, but in
Oh
Warhammer
yeah.
1, you couldn't land your troops. So this
More
is
landing.
impossible unless he was already like attacking a unit. Kind of wild. I can't believe they waited
Yeah.
until Warhammer 3 to let units land. There used to
Yeah,
be
that is pretty nuts.
I used to play a lot of competitive play. Um, I used to be on the competitive scene, and I remember there would be times where I would take Azag and I'd mount him on Skull Muncher, I think his name is. It's like this wyvern thing, right? And
Right.
you couldn't land him. So if the other guy was playing Bretonia and brought like 2 units of Pegasus Knights and Luan Leoncourt, I would just have to be running in circles the entire match to try to avoid them attacking my lord because I couldn't land. You know, I couldn't
Yeah.
unless I was attacking their troops and they'd just bring spears and shit. So,
Right.
um, but okay. So where are we putting this on the tier list, Ethan? What do we got?
I want to put this one at a solid B.
Solid B. Yeah, I would actually.
Yeah.
I honestly agree with you there. I don't think it's too. It wasn't too hype for me. It wasn't a
Yeah.
hyped up trailer. But you got Carl Franz, so Carl Franz. Um,
You gotta have the respect for that man.
exactly, exactly. So we'll go on to the dwarves. One of Ethan's favorites.
Thorgrim.
Thorgrim Grudgebearer. Nice job, Ethan. Look at that. The knowledge is coming to you. All right, let's go through this one.
Now, I forget what Thorgrim Grudgebearer. He's the king of all the dwarves?
He is. So he's the High King of the dwarves. So he's
Okay.
like each hold within the dwarven, the Karazhan core, their empire, has its
Right.
own king, but they all have to be. They all kind of have to listen to Thorgrim. You know, he's like
Right.
the
Yeah.
grand
That's what
one.
I thought. Right. I just thought I know there's like a Slayer King and a
Yeah,
uh,
Ungrim.
uh can't forget Sega.
Something stirs in the World's Edge Mountains. Death comes to the Dwarven realms. In the centuries
That guy
I have
definitely
been
died.
High King, our enemies have
I don't know. He might still be running around down there.
Yeah, okay.
cowards, hiding in the deepest, darkest places. Fools. Every wrong is recorded. Every slight against us. Page after page, etched in blood. Clan Gunnison, Carrick Peaks, Joseph Bookman. The Urks must pay. Let them come. gone wrong put right. But the great book of grudges remains full.
All right. What do we think of that one?
You know, honestly, I wasn't all too impressed with that one.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I just felt like there wasn't a lot to see.
Okay. Okay.
I love the dwarves. They're really cool. But I felt like this one they just really didn't, show off how cool the dwarves are. You know, you got the guy in the cave, and I believe that's supposed to be Skarsnik, right, on the spider?
No, no. Skarsnik, he's night goblin. So that was a forest goblin that was running through there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and let's see.
So they were just trying to show that there's goblins in the underways.
Yeah, which is weird too because at this time they didn't have squig hoppers. Night goblins, they ride squig hoppers. Okay, they live in these caves and that's their mount option. Now with forest goblins, they live in forests and they ride spiders. So they kind of were like, oh shit, we don't have squig hoppers yet. We're gonna throw that in a DLC later. So we'll just go with the next best thing with them on spiders. I guess like maybe this cave entrance is like right there, so they're like, oh yeah, I guess this goblin could come in. All the
Yeah.
goblins show up. So you're not a big fan of that one. I really enjoyed like the scene with Thorgrim. He was like going over all the grudges, where he talks about Karak Eight Peaks and all of them.
Yeah.
He's scribing away in his little office.
Yeah, no, that part is cool. I just feel like, I don't know. There could have been more to see.
Could have been a little bit more.
Yeah.
Also, you got like the cannons up top here. So I wish this is how holds were. Where like all of the walls fired and you had cannons mounted. We still don't have that for sieges.
Yeah.
It's kind of lame. So where are we putting this one for you?
Definitely on the C tier.
C tier?
Yeah.
All right, all right. So we got B average, A above average, C below average. All right, all right. Let's go to the next one here. One of my favorites. We're going the green skins.
Okay.
Do you like this like scribbling for the intros?
Yeah, just pretty neat.
Got Grimgor coming in.
Almighty Grimgor.
This is actually me and you.
Oh my god.
Trouble, yeah? While you're thinking, but the lads are wondering who's next. What about Angrim's lot? Those ginger stunties down at the Slayer Keep. It's a bit of a slog, but it'll be worth it. Unis then? I bet those pretty little cities burn lovely. Or the north. Weird powers building there. Bigger and spikier than normal.
Yeah, there we go.
Were you wanting to do that the whole time?
No more.
That's all the words you need is just a good Bravo wall. So what do we think of that one?
Pretty dope, you know. Really shows off the greenskins. It's a good long one. Really gets in depth with them. Shows the relationship with the goblins versus the actual orcs.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
the dichotomy between them. How you got these noisy ass little goblins. There's a few stories of Grimgore. There was like one where he was fighting. I forget who he was fighting. Some chaos champion, and his entire army basically abandons him. And in his rage, he chases down every single goblin within his tribe that retreated and murders them.
Yeah.
He just thinks they're like so cowardly. He's a black orc, so he's like the most determined, most powerful of the orcs. So these goblins are just a nuisance to him.
Hmm. Well, nonetheless, I felt like it was a really good trailer.
What are we rating it?
I'll put that at an A.
A tier? Really?
Yeah, I would give that one an A tier.
Dang, a little bit of an upset. I was expecting you to put it down here.
No, I put that one up high.
All
It's
right, all
pretty
right.
good.
Let's go with this is the last of the core races for Warhammer 1. That's going to be the Vampire Counts, okay?
How many do we have left in here? We've only done like what, 3 of them?
We have currently done 4. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What the heck? What's wrong with my counting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9. So,
Okay.
um, here, let's, do you want to just do like the core races today and then we'll move on from there?
Yeah, we might be breaking it in half or something.
Yeah. We'll split this video into 2. Get your mic just a little bit closer to your face, at least for this last one.
Yeah. All
Does
right.
that sound better? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a little bit better. I'll have to cut this out of the video. Remind me to do that. All right. So we'll go on to the vampire counts, and then I think we'll do the Warriors of Chaos too, because they're technically a part of the core races.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right.
okay.
All right. Let's do it. Now the vampire counts.
You are far from home, witch hunter. Show yourself, von Carstein.
That was a waste of a shot.
And I bring your end. For Avalheim will soon fall, and the rest of your pathetic cities will follow. All those that oppose me will die and rise again as my puppets. The undead fear nothing. Are thy allies hiding beneath the mountain? For the dark is my realm, the grave my throne. Yet you have much to fear. For I am the true and rightful ruler of the Empire. Thine brave corpses will make a fine addition to my army.
All right, so that was the Vampire Counts. What are we thinking?
That was pretty good. Um, I'm gonna be honest. Vampires aren't like my number one, so I guess my opinion here is gonna be a little biased. I'm just not huge on them. It's cool. It gives you a little bit of backstory. You know, shows what their motives are a little bit. Kind of interesting, but nonetheless, I feel like it was okay.
Why don't you like the why don't you like the vampires very much?
I don't know. The Warhammer races are really weird for me. Obviously, I have my own biased opinions on who I like to play.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dark Elves all the way. But it's like you just kind of, I don't know, in my head, I just don't have any hard justification. It's just I have my races that I like, and uh, they have their opposing races, and sometimes I don't like them.
Yeah, I mean, I
It,
get that. It doesn't really feel like honestly, with I love the Greenskins, I love the Beastmen, and I love the Tomb Kings. All three of those factions rely on huge monsters, and like middling monsters with okay leadership. But I
yeah,
can't stand the Lizardmen. I don't understand why I don't like them so much. I just can't play the Lizardmen. I
right.
maybe it's their like I don't know. I honestly have no real. Maybe I've been forced to play them so many times, but with the Dark Elves playing dual campaigns with you, I must have played Marathi like 5 times.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
I love the Dark
I
Elves
feel
still.
you there. I feel you with the lizard men because it's kind of like this. I feel like it doesn't. It, in my opinion, the few times I've played it, it doesn't really feel like I'm playing Total War in a way. It feels like a little bit different.
Really?
I don't know. I just feel like the lizard men are just kind of like that odd race out that everyone kind of forgets about.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, it
But
could be.
anyways,
Maybe it's like the dinosaur aspect. I feel like I know what
it
a
just it's
dinosaur
a little
looks like, but
cliche.
yeah. Yeah, I guess. All right, all right. So back to this one. There's like a few things I did enjoy in this one. Some things I felt were kind of goofy. I thought the Banshee scene was okay, and I do like Manfred. It's just like this trailer. He looks without his dragon. He looks kind of just like puny. I don't know.
Yeah.
He doesn't look as menacing as I'd want him to be. But I do like the undead. I actually enjoy the vampire counts. I love Heinrich Kemmler. He's the best. Um, and what was the other part I was gonna say? Um, with the witch hunter, this guy's so stupid. He fired 2 shots at Manfred and both hit skeletons. I think one was just a throwaway shot. But where are we putting this one on the tier list?
Gonna be a hard C, mate.
Dang. All right, all right. Before or after the dwarves? I guess does it even? Yeah, let's
It
get to it.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
All right. So now I actually think you're gonna like this one. I think you will like this one, and
Okay.
I have a feeling you're not even gonna remember it. So here, let's do this one. This was a short one, 1 minute 30.
All right.
All right, let's play this one.
To the ordinary, we are unknowable.
what do we think about that one?
That one was pretty cool.
You
I'm
like
not
that one?
gonna lie.
You got
Yeah.
Koleg coming in. I really enjoyed like the running guy. What do you think of
The running guy.
him? Well, it's like this cool setup, you know, how terrified he is of chaos.
Uh, right. Uh, Anybody is.
Yeah.
Everybody's afraid of chaos.
Yeah, and what did you think of Koleg in the trailer?
I thought it was pretty cool. He had his little spotlight there in the end where he was slamming down on somebody.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got the cool chosen.
Chaos is really cool. I personally really like Chaos. I think they just have a interesting play style. They're just really aggressive. You know, I mean, this is besides the trailer, but nonetheless, my bias side coming out like this little part right here. Super cool, you know. He's going ham on this poor. Can you imagine being that little dude right?
Right here, you mean with the hammer that's 3 times the size of you? Like, I mean, look at the
Yeah,
comparison. It's
yeah.
the same size of him lengthwise. He's like, I would
That
say like,
entire hammer
yeah.
will cover me. Yeah, yeah. I can't imagine how much shit would be in my pants
Yeah.
in that very moment.
They would be full. I would need a couple of diapers. I'd be changing them as I was
100%.
running from that guy.
Yeah. I mean, it would already have started filling the soon as I saw that guy on the battlefield.
Yeah, and Carl Friend says, he gives his little speech. He says, "All right, now go hit that guy with the stick.
Yeah.
Attack his
Whatever you
ankles."
say. This dude's father was a mountain.
Yeah, yeah. Nice job. At least you remembered that. Yeah, no, Koleg. I mean, and this right here, this is actually small for Koleg. Like he is
Yeah, I was
supposed to
gonna
be
say.
bigger.
Yeah, doesn't he get bigger as, well, I guess in the game he gets bigger as he conquers more land, I believe.
Right. But like in the story, you know, you got Kislev, and they have a city. It's called Prague, and it's like their second biggest city. Okay,
Yeah,
and has giant walls, and this city is meant to defend against chaos constantly. It's like where chaos goes when they're going to start an invasion south, right?
yeah,
And so you have this huge, massive city, and I think they were even covered in, I think it was Prague in the Gotrek and Felix novels.
yep,
But Koleg shows up, so the Everchosen, I think it was the 12th Everchosen, recruits Koleg, and Koleg just walks up, and his head, he looks in over the walls with his head. He does like that Attack on Titan type look, you know?
yeah,
And he just with one swing crushes the entire wall, and all the chaos go in. And then I think he just like screws off. I think he's like, wow, that was no challenge at all. So this is obviously, he's not the size of a wall in here, so he would be even bigger.
right.
A little bit more
Yeah,
story.
pretty interesting though. I did like this trailer. Good introduction to demons and all that, and showed off their cool fear capabilities, you know, the whole fear factor of it.
The terror, right?
Yeah.
So where are we putting him on the list?
I don't know. Probably S tier, A or S tier. I'm not really sure.
Dang. S or A tier? Where are they sitting?
I
More with the
don't know.
greenskins, or are we putting
I
up above?
really we'll put it at S. I really like demons. This was a really cool introduction to Kolek. You know, if your average guy saw that and you're like, oh wow, that guy's about to get pummeled. You know, it really makes you want to go hop on and start smashing some Empire citizens with that guy.
Some Empire losers.
Yeah.
All right, so we got our last few here for our tier list, the beginning of the Warhammer 1 trailers. We've got the core races done. Now it is time for the blood gods. This isn't even a real trailer, but I think it counts, right?
Yeah, it's more cinematics made by Total War, so we might as well judge it, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. We'll throw it in here. Let's see what you think, Ethan. Let's throw it on the scale. Let me start it that way.
they fall prey to him. Beyond the world, he waits atop a throne of skulls.
This poor dude.
All blood is only borrowed. Once shed, it must return.
All right.
For the blood god.
Blood for the blood god.
Wow, very bloody.
Very
Yeah.
bloody. That's how I'd describe that one.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. You know, we got a lot of, we saw a lot of different creatures, but obviously the whole goal is to spill more blood.
For
So,
Korn, who isn't even in this game. I mean, he was referenced
yeah,
pretty
right.
heavily in that trailer.
I do remember when this game came out, the idea of those 4 chaos gods, which hadn't really become like fully developed in the game. It was just cool to talk about. I'm like, oh man, like so they're real, you know?
Yeah, yeah, these guys are real. Oh my gosh.
It was
Yes.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
I guess if you followed the lore beforehand, it wouldn't be that exciting, but
So, what are we putting this one at?
it was pretty basic. I mean, there was really not much to really gain from it. I'll put it at a solid C.
So the question is, do you think it's on par with the vampire
I
counts and the
I guess
dwarves?
I guess you're right. I guess I'll put it in the D.
The
Yeah,
D.
category. I'm always too afraid to put something in the worst category.
Well,
I
something
feel like it
has
has
to
to
be
be
the
really
worst.
bad.
Yeah, right. But I mean, none of these are a 0. You know, there's still effort in them, but
Right.
something has to be the worst out of these. So, okay. D tier
Right.
for this one. Got you.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to the next one. Call of the Beastmen. This is actually, this was one of my favorites back in the day.
Not a huge fan of the Beastmen. I think they're annoying, but we'll see. Got a pretty good collection going.
All right. I think that one, I really like how story driven that one was.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I won't lie.
You
Uh,
liked it, so you did like it.
It was pretty. I'm gonna be honest. It was pretty intimidating to watch. I just kind of put myself in the shoes of that poor man
Yeah.
reaching for that gun.
It has to be it's so terrifying for the guys in the Empire. Oh my gosh. I mean, to
Yeah,
not be some elf that lives forever, and is a martial combat wizard or a dwarf living in like a stronghold. These dudes, these poor guys.
oh my lord. Yeah, you're already living in a world full of like a ton of weird ass races, and then all of a sudden you see this mutated bull man that's growling at you. I'd be shivering in my boots.
Yeah, the with him, where is it? Him here is scared for his life, and then you got the Cygor showing up. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, giant Cyclops cow. And I mean, from this angle, we don't see it. It's got to be censored for the game, but I'd be a little scared of this undercarriage right here.
Yeah.
Please
Oh
stay away
yeah.
from me. And then you got Kazrak One Eye showing up. In this whole scene, he's basically like taunting him. He's like playing with him.
Yeah. That was the scary part,
Yeah, this is where you started shaking a little bit.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, this dude's blabbering at me in a language I don't understand. I
It's gonna
just
be.
need that gun.
Yeah, I know. I'm crawling slowly. I hope he doesn't notice me here. Hope he doesn't see that I'm moving. Okay, I'm gonna
Right.
reach for it right now.
And too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting thing. There's some other guys that did the exact same, watching trailers thing, and they pointed out because this had to be like PG-13. Did you notice how these collecting the helmets, not
Yeah.
the actual heads of the
Yeah.
dudes?
Yep. I was gonna say, I'm like, oh, that's really lame.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
there's, this was before the Blood God DLC was installed into the cinematic.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know why they do the things they do. Warhammer has to be for children, I guess. They can't have people dying.
Yep, that would be not allowed.
So, where are we putting this one? Call of the Beastmen.
That one's probably S tier. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Damn, this is a real upset. We got the Greenskins and the Beastmen. Hi.
Yeah.
And your favorite, the
So
dwarves down here? Dang.
yeah. So that was a pretty good one, I would say.
All right. So now you can see we got like the core races, the first race pack they added, and now this one is going to be like those versus Lord packs that they eventually did that they pushed really heavy in Warhammer 2. This is the
Okay.
first race pack. So this is the Grim and the Grave between the Empire and the Vampire counts.
Gotcha.
Sega. 'Twas a twin-tailed comet that heralded Sigmar's coming. But not every celestial body is heavenly. When darkness falls, there are those that turn to the light, and those that would embrace the shadows. The faithful and the dead have been at war for centuries. Now, at its zenith, a victor must emerge.
soldiers of light and fearsome abominations. A host of new combatants answer the call. Only one can win in this ageless war.
The Grim and the Grave.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
You liked it?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like insane. I felt like it was a lot more like cinematic on the battles, on the
Right.
battlefield, which obviously for good reason, but I don't know. I just feel like I didn't get to really enjoy each new unit enough. I don't know. Maybe that's just nitpicky, but
Yeah, this is when I think like in these early Lord packs, they were doing this thing where they would like they gotta tell the name so everyone can be like, oh yeah, this is what they are.
right.
Knights of the Blazing
Yeah,
Sun. You don't see that anymore in the trailers. This is kind of cool
right.
though. You get like this few seconds to hoggle at the unit. Like, oh crap, free company
Right.
militia. This is what I was waiting for. I actually like these guys a lot. They're kind of cool. They're like, from what I remember, they're just like mercenary groups. You know, like just dudes that were like, yeah, you know, I'm okay at killing. I might as well get paid for it and not have to serve under, you know, some state troop general.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of like their look, and I always try to make them viable in the early game. You got like this, you got a sword or your cutlass, and then a pistol. Kind of neat.
Yeah, that is really cool.
So where are we putting this guy?
Pardon me. I would probably put this guy. I don't know. It wasn't crazy, but it was kind of cool. It had a lot of new units. It was cool to kind of see those units. In all honesty, like the new trailers, from what I remember, like Total War Warhammer 3 ones,
Right.
they don't even tell you. They hardly tell you what else they're adding. You have to like pinpoint it in the crowd of the fight, you know, and
Right.
you're like, oh my
Right.
god, it looks like they're gonna drop this. This one, you know, obviously pieced everything. I put it at a, I don't know. I'm trying. I feel like a B or a C, maybe.
B or
Maybe a
C?
B, just because it had a lot to offer.
Okay. Okay.
It was a cool update.
We'll put that on B. It was it's like interesting with these early Lord packs. Like they got so Volkmar the Grim, huge character. In this map is really cool. You could actually play in this map too, by the way. I don't know if you knew that, but
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is like so you got this giant warpstone meteor comes down. That thing's huge. I don't know how
Oh
the
yeah.
Empire's still alive after that big rock hit the Earth, corrupt everything. But Volkmar, I mean, this guy, he is the leader of the cult of Sigmar, right? He is the grand theologist or theogonist.
Theogonist.
Yes, exactly. So you have like the head of the Church of Sigmar, and this guy right here, Helman Gorst, he is like the least ever mentioned vampire count character. He was in like this campaign back in the day. He has one paragraph of lore ever. So, kind of surprising they threw him in here. He's really like nothing.
Yeah.
In the Total War games, though, he becomes kind of a big deal. He buffs up zombies so much. He's actually a lot of fun to play, but not when he
Hmm.
first started. Kind of lame. Next, this is one of my favorites. The King and the Warlord added my boy Skarsnik, so a little bit biased on this one.
All right. All right.
Sega.
Karak Eight Peaks, Queen of the Silver Depths. What riches lie beneath the mountain? What horrors?
But the dwarfs, do not forget. A warrior king returns to take his ancestral throne from a cruel and cunning warlord, hitherto unchallenged. What fate awaits them in the darkness?
Squigs.
The king and the warlord.
Personally super biased. I love that trailer.
That was a really dope trailer.
You like that one?
Uh,
Yes, all right.
Yeah, that was really dope. I love the scene on Eight Peaks there. That was really cool.
Yeah, when you're
Yeah.
pulling up on it and you see, I mean, you can make out that it used to be this magnificent fortress, but you see how
Yeah, it
far
shows
it's
you the
fallen.
inside. The inside is, that's the one thing I don't like about the Total War lore, is that I feel like the dwarves could have been the most overwhelmingly like powerful force if they just weren't so stubborn,
You mean
obviously.
Warhammer lore?
Yeah,
Okay, okay, I gotcha.
sorry. Um, I just feel like they are just such a force, but they're just always left small if they like, you know what I mean? They're
Yeah, I
always
know,
in
I do.
small chunks.
Well, that, yeah, I mean, that's just their thing. It's part of their character. They're made of the very stone itself of the earth. They're stubborn as hell. They just they just dig in their heels and they would rather die. I mean, that's just how they are. But they
This is just insane.
yeah, they have really cool moments though. I love how they're
Yeah,
all like gathering right outside Eight Peaks. And you got
yeah,
Belagar. Belagar looks sweet.
he does. He's clanging on his shield. Yeah, yeah. Front line too. The king is really on the front line.
Yeah, and then you got my boy Skarsnik. Skarsnik's crazy. I read his book back in the day, and the things that he would do to the dwarves because Belagar actually does establish a fortress within Karak Eight Peaks, right? He works to try to reclaim it,
Okay.
and you have it's a basically a three-way war. Okay, so Skarsnik operates, I believe it's on the lower levels. Okay, on the very lower levels, or is he in the middle? I can't remember. It's one or the other. He's either in the middle or the very lower. And then you got so you have Skarsnik there, and then you have Queek Headtaker, the Skaven. He also operates on another level. I can't remember which way they are, but I know Belagar. He basically has one level to himself,
Mm,
and what Skarsnik does to like mess with him is he'll go and he'll dwarves that venture out that try to escape or maybe try to they're like, oh, you know what, they these goblins, they're just stupid goblins, they're going to do their own thing, who cares, right? They try to go fight Skarsnik will capture these dwarves and bring them in front of Belagar's little walled fortress where he's bunkered up at, and that he will just torture the dwarves right in front of there. So they're
oh my
like they're
god.
screaming, and Belagar has to basically tell his dudes, he's like, guys, I know that we're stubborn, I know that we want to go out there and murder this goblin, but if we leave, it's obviously a trap. You know what I mean?
All right.
And everywhere Belagar goes within this hold, he's got dwarf beards are hung up everywhere. I mean, on his neck, if you see right here, let's see if they'll go back. I don't think
I don't think it's in this area. Oh,
yeah, he's wearing a dwarf's beard right here around his neck. But
you really be that true villain.
he is that true villain. I just love Skarsnik. He's hilarious. Not the murdery
Yeah.
aspects though.
Yeah.
And it introduced a lot of cool units. I love nasty skulkers are huge for greenskin players. And you got the rangers for the dwarves, Night Goblin War Boss, and this
Oh yeah, and the Queen
this
Squidhead.
right here, the Rune Lord.
Yeah.
I think the Rune Lord looks so cool.
Yeah, I do too. He's got that sweet rainbow setup with the
His
jewels like
Infinity Gauntlet, the Thanos glove on
that.
here.
Yeah, he's super powered right now.
I'm gonna snap you all out of existence.
I thought runes were kind of cool. I think runes are cooler than magic in my opinion.
Really?
I mean magic's really cool, but I mean I just feel like the idea behind runes, like engraving a weapon with power, I just feel like that is so dope. I feel like that in like armor, just walking around like this godlike glowing masterpiece with your
Yeah.
like undestroyable gear.
Right. Right. I mean, that's the dwarves don't trust magic. They think magic is Elgi wizardry, Elgi nonsense. So where
Yeah,
are we
man.
putting this one?
Probably S also.
Dang. So these are your top three favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Let us move on to the wood elves.
Ooh, I like the wood elves.
Let's hope their trailer doesn't disappoint you.
Yeah,
Sega.
I think I remember this one actually.
Yeah, I think we've seen this one a few times together, but
The deep wood stirs. The chill winds of winter are past. And the season of war is here. The Asray are hunters. And the forest is our home. Woe betide those foolish enough to threaten it. There have been sacrifices, but we are ready. He is ready. The wild hunt begins!
the realm of the wood elves.
That was a good one too. I mean, it
Oh
was
no,
like,
you like all of them.
well, no, I wouldn't say it's S tier, but it was a good one.
You did like this one.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
And you even get to see it. I mean, I wish it was cool to see Orion. You know, you do the sacrifice, you get Orion. It was kind of cool to see that. The
Yeah.
scenery's pretty dope. You know, look at that, look at that. That's a pretty good tree right there.
It's a pretty nice one.
It was cool to see them kind of hammer down on the beastmen. They suck. You know, it's like they're pretty. That's pretty cool. Can you imagine trying to shoot a recurve bow like that?
On the back of a
Uh,
hawk.
yeah. Or a long curve, or a long bow. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. But that would be hard. That'd be really hard, and they're hitting them, and they're really good.
Well, they're elves. You know, they have cheats built into them.
Yeah. You can imagine going to war on a what is it, an elk? I forget what their cavalry is.
Like a deer. Yeah.
Yeah. You imagine that?
I'm trying to. I can't imagine fighting
A
cow
big
people either.
stag.
Yeah, stag. That's right. That's what they call it. And you got the classic Mel
It
Gibson.
even showed Durthu for a little bit in there, or I don't know if it was Dirt. No,
I think that was just a regular
it was.
tree man, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, you're
I don't
right. He didn't
remember.
have the
Yeah,
half
right here.
burned face.
Yeah, it's just a tree man. Ancient tree man with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the tree man. I love the aesthetic of the elves. This one, I don't know. This trailer's just not my favorite. I feel like it is missing a bit, but
Yeah.
it suffers from Warhammer 1 graphics too, I think.
Yeah.
I
I
think
do notice that.
the cinematics would have looked a
That's
lot
how they
better
all
today.
are. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you move into Warhammer 2 though, there's like this drastic difference, I think, between um between the trailers, you know? That you could just
Right.
tell like with this one like the lighting's off a little bit, but I mean this early part looks pretty sweet. I also love their armor. I like how it's covered in like what is that? Like oak leaves, you know?
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah.
So, where are we putting this one?
Mm, probably on the B tier.
B tier. All right.
Yeah.
B tier for bugs.
That was cool. It didn't have a ton to show, but I'm trying not to be biased.
You just like the wood elves.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Now, so this is the last Warhammer 1 trailer, but we also got Norska too, so I guess I have to throw that on the tier list. But maybe I'll just include that in the Warhammer 2 trailers. So let's go for Bretonia. I know you're not a big fan of Bretonia either.
Yeah, yeah.
The French.
Well, I mean, I'm warming up to the humans. I don't know.
Takes time.
I still haven't played a campaign for them, so we'll get there.
Yeah, you will. I'm gonna force you to. I love Bretonia.
I give my body, heart, and soul to the lady whom I seek. No plea for help shall find me wanting. No obstacle will stand before me. No evil will taint the lands bequeathed unto me. When the clarion call is sounded, I will ride out and fight in the name of liege and lady. That which is sacrament, I shall preserve. That which is sublime, I will protect. That which threatens, I will destroy. For my holy wrath will know no bounds. Honor is all. Chivalry is all. Rejoice, for we, the Knights of Bretonia, will be your shield.
Bretonia. This was a free
Yeah.
LC, so this was just a free race for everyone at the end of Warhammer 1. What are your thoughts?
Well, that one was really good too.
Oh
Not as
no!
tier. Not as tier. Not as tier.
All right, all right.
It's good. Um, I did like this one had really good scenery too. Yeah, like this is some good shots.
Yeah, I think this really does a good job of showing off Bretonia.
Yeah. Had the Lady of the Lake in there. Isn't the like the to become a grandma you have to drink from her cup or something like that?
Yeah, her her cup. Yeah, that's what I'd call it. You have to drink from the Grail. That wasn't actually the lady. That was the Fey Enchantress.
Oh.
It's basically telling the story of Eldrick de Bordelot. He is the ruler, the king of Bordelot, and he is currently, I believe, a questing knight, if I remember correctly. So he's at the next step, or he's a knight of the realm. I forget which one he is. I think he's a questing knight, but um, as a knight within Bretonia, as a member of the royalty, right? You first are a knights errant, and then a knight of the realm, and then a questing knight, and then eventually the lady will come to you and say, "Okay, you're a really good questing knight. Drink from this, as you called it, cup, and here's your immortal or your demigod powers, basically." So he's on his mission to become a Grail Knight.
Interesting.
And you got this cool shot
Okay.
with the Green Knight showing up.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that too. Green Knight pops in.
He looks great. I love how the Green Knight looks.
Yeah. I think I just like rides in out of nowhere just to slay one thing and then says, "Yep, you got the rest," and leaves.
Well, I mean, he's got to take a mad piss, man. Look at him. He just drank how many Mountain Dews? He's
This dude,
radioactive.
him and his horse are glowing from the dew.
This is what those Monster Energy drinks can do to you. That's what parents warned us about.
Yeah, yeah, this happened to my buddy in high school.
Interesting thing too, you see a lot of unmounted knights. They're off of their horse. You cannot do this in the game. Pretty sad about that. I wish you could get like a few knights, like they could get off of their horses, but in Bretonia they treat their horses better than their peasants, so
Yeah.
no surprise there. All right, where are we putting this one?
Probably around an A tier.
A tier. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so this is going to conclude. I think we're going to break this up into 3 videos. This will be the Warhammer 1 section, and then we'll move on to the Warhammer 2 section in the next video. All right?
All right. Sounds good to me.
Okay. All right. Catch you on the next video. We
Thanks
need a
for watching.
Yeah, there we go. We need a sign off for this. See you later,
Yeah.
guys.
Cue dubstep exit.
Exactly.